Your breakthrough in love and relationships isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and the moment for your miracle is already here. Are you tired of waiting for the breakthrough in your life, especially when it comes to your relationships? Do you feel like love, peace, and connection are always just out of reach? What if I told you that your turnaround, your miracle, is already in motion right now? What if everything you've been praying for, everything you've been hoping for in your relationships, whether it's healing, deeper connection, or the perfect partner, is already on its way to you? It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start embracing the reality that your transformation begins now. In this video, I'm going to share powerful truths that will unlock the doors to the love, connection, and transformation you've been longing for. Get ready to learn how to break free from old patterns, align yourself with the divine timing that's already at work, and step into a life where your relationships can thrive. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear will change everything. Your mindset, your actions, and your heart. Your turnaround is here, and it's time to receive it. Let's dive in. Turnarounds begin before you notice them. This is a truth many overlook because we often rely too heavily on what we can see, feel, or measure. But the deepest shifts in life don't always come with announcements or visible signs. Just like a seed germinates underground long before the sprout breaks the surface, transformation often starts silently, in the unseen. By the time the evidence shows up, the process has already been working. The issue with most people is that they give up because nothing looks different. The situation still seems tight, the doors are still closed, and the breakthrough feels like it's miles away. But here's the thing, progress is not always packaged in movement. Some of the greatest shifts happen in stillness, when nothing appears to be changing, but everything actually is. Just because it's not visible doesn't mean it's not active. Just because you can't track it doesn't mean it's not on schedule. There are invisible forces working behind the curtain of your life, aligning people, timing, opportunities, and outcomes in your favor. What looks like silence is often strategy. What feels like stillness is sometimes setup. There's a turnaround already in progress, even if your current season looks dry. It's already been ordered. The change has already begun, whether you see it or not. Think about a sunrise. Long before the light touches the ground, the sky has already begun to shift. The atmosphere starts transitioning while it's still dark. If you judged the morning based only on what you saw at 4 a.m., you'd assume the sun wasn't coming, but the sun never forgets to rise. It's the same with divine turnarounds. They begin long before you feel their warmth. Too many people quit at the edge of breakthrough because they've trained themselves to believe that nothing is happening if they can't see it. But that's not how turnarounds work. The visible is the final stage, not the first. You can't receive what you don't expect, and you can't expect what you don't believe has started. That's why faith is critical. Faith is not blind, it just sees from a different lens. Faith sees the process before the proof. You may feel like you've been overlooked, delayed, or stuck in a cycle that refuses to end. But what if the cycle has already broken, and the only thing catching up now is your awareness? What if the shift started when you least expected it? What if everything you've prayed, worked, or hoped for is already on its way, and all that's left is for you to stop doubting and start preparing? Every turnaround has a trigger moment, an unseen ignition point where change begins, even if nothing external confirms it. That's why you must not trust your eyes over your insight. Learn to sense when something is turning, even when nothing has turned yet. Discernment picks up what the natural mind can't process. You're not late. You're not abandoned. You're in the middle of a miracle you haven't noticed yet. When builders lay a foundation for a skyscraper, they go deep before they go high. For weeks, even months, there may be nothing visible above ground, but underneath, there's intense work happening, digging, structuring, reinforcing. When the building finally starts rising, it does so rapidly because the real work had already begun long before. Your life might feel like that construction zone right now, It may look empty on the surface, but the groundwork is being done. The turnaround is happening where no one is watching, and when it surfaces, it will feel sudden, but it won't be random. It will be the result of a process that's been active for far longer than you realized. You can't afford to doubt in the dark what was confirmed in the light. You can't afford to stop believing just because it's quiet. Silence isn't the absence of movement. It's often the womb of miracles. The lack of noise doesn't mean nothing is shifting. It could mean everything is aligning. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean it's not unfolding. Turnarounds begin before you notice. They don't wait for your permission to begin. They wait for your readiness to receive. Your season has a schedule. That means the turnaround, the breakthrough, the miracle you've been waiting for, it's not random. It's not guesswork. It's not floating in uncertainty, hoping to land. It's already timed, already marked, already aligned with a moment that was set before you ever knew you needed it. There is a rhythm and a precision to the unfolding of your life, and while it may feel like you're stuck or delayed, the truth is you're right on time for what's been prepared for you. The frustration often comes from comparison. You look at others rising, winning, receiving, and you wonder when your time will come. But the danger in comparison is that it blinds you to your own schedule. What's scheduled for them isn't scheduled for you. Their clock isn't your clock. And if you constantly try to measure your timeline against someone else's, you'll miss your moment trying to mimic theirs. You'll start to believe that you're behind, when in fact, you're in perfect alignment with what's ahead. There is a process that every miracle goes through. Nothing just appears. There is always preparation before manifestation. And just like seasons in nature shift on a cycle, so does your journey. Spring doesn't come because winter feels long. It comes when it's time. And the same is true for your breakthrough. You can't fast forward it by worrying. You can't delay it by doubting. But what you can do is waste your energy in the waiting, instead of preparing in the process. Just because the season hasn't changed yet, doesn't mean the schedule has been forgotten. It's already on the calendar, even if it hasn't hit your date book. When you understand that your season has a schedule, you stop panicking in the dark. You stop assuming that silence means denial. You realize that the delay isn't a punishment, it's a setup, a divine setup for maximum impact. Because when the scheduled moment arrives, it won't need an introduction. It won't need your effort to open the door. It will arrive already unlocked, already released, already ready. Some people feel overlooked simply because they don't realize how long foundations take to form. You're not just being prepared for something small, you're being shaped for something significant. And significant things don't show up prematurely. Timing protects the weight of what's coming. It ensures that when the season shifts, you're not just experiencing it, you're ready to sustain it. There's something powerful about peace in the waiting. Knowing that your schedule is secure allows you to stay steady. Others may rush, others may panic, others may try to manipulate outcomes to happen faster, but not you. Because you know your moment is protected. You know your door is already assigned. You don't have to fight to make it open, you just have to be present when it does. The truth is, there are people, places, and pieces being aligned for your appointed time. And those pieces may not even be aware they're being moved for you. That's how intentional your schedule is. That's how detailed the orchestration of your season is. Someone's promotion is connected to your next opportunity. Someone's relocation is tied to your next breakthrough. Someone's yes is going to intersect with your need at exactly the right time. If you rush, you'll miss it. If you force it, you'll get it too early and it won't last. But if you trust the timing and trust the process, you'll realize that everything that seems like a delay is really part of a greater design. You haven't missed anything. You're not being punished. You're just being held until the fullness of time. Until your name is called. Until the space that was made for you is ready to be filled by only you. There's a reason doors didn't open when you wanted them to. There's a reason some relationships didn't last. There's a reason you've been hidden. Hidden doesn't mean forgotten. Hidden means preserved, protected. being held for a precise time, for a purpose that can't be rushed. So if you're still waiting, don't think nothing's happening. The schedule is still unfolding, and when it's your time, it will feel like everything suddenly shifted in your favor. But it won't be sudden, it will be scheduled, and it will be right on time. Your position matters. Often we think about our lives in terms of effort, time, or even luck, but positioning is something many overlook. It's not just about where you are physically, but more importantly, where you are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The state of your mind and heart significantly impacts your ability to receive and recognize the turnaround that is already ordered for you. When you are properly positioned, your life begins to align with opportunities, favor, and breakthroughs that are already in motion, waiting for you to step into them. Positioning goes beyond merely showing up. It's about showing up with the right mindset, expectation, and readiness to move when the opportunity arises. Think of a runner at the starting line. The runner doesn't just show up and stand there hoping they will win the race. They adjust their stance, they get into position, and they prepare themselves mentally and physically for the moment the race begins. In the same way, your turnaround requires you to be in the right position. If you're not prepared, you may miss the very moment that change arrives. Sometimes the difference between success and failure is simply your readiness to seize the moment when it comes. Being properly positioned means you are actively aligning your thoughts and actions with the outcome you are expecting. If you believe that a miracle is on the way, then your thoughts should reflect the expectation of that miracle. If you're waiting for a breakthrough, your actions should reflect a readiness to step into the new season when it comes. Too many people wait for everything to line up perfectly before they move. But the truth is, you have to start moving first. You have to start positioning yourself to receive the things you've been praying for, even when you don't see the signs yet. Your mindset is a key part of your position. If your mind is filled with doubt, negativity, and the belief that you are stuck, that's where you will stay. On the other hand, if you align your thinking with the reality of your turnaround, even when things look impossible, you'll begin to notice the opportunities that were already around you. It's like looking for a lost object in a room. If you're focused on the belief that it's impossible to find, you'll miss it even if it's right in front of you. But if you begin to believe it's possible and actively look for it, you'll spot it instantly. Positioning also involves readiness to act when the opportunity arrives. There are times when the door will open, and if you are not ready, you will miss it. You can pray for a job, but when the opportunity comes, if you haven't prepared your resume or built the necessary skills, you might miss it. You can pray for a relationship, but if you are not emotionally available or prepared for the commitment, you may find yourself pushing away what is meant for you. Every opportunity comes with a moment of decision, and if you are not positioned to recognize that moment, it will pass you by. Sometimes, your position also involves getting out of your comfort zone. We all have habits and patterns that keep us safe, but those same habits can prevent us from stepping into the very things we're praying for. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you stretch, when you're willing to do something different, when you're willing to move out of the place you've always been and into something new. If you want to receive a new breakthrough, you have to be willing to change the way you think, the way you act, and the way you approach your life. Being properly positioned doesn't mean sitting back and waiting passively for things to happen. It means being active in your faith and in your actions. It means moving in the direction of your dreams, taking steps toward what you want, and positioning yourself in such a way that when the breakthrough comes, you can step right into it. It's about making room for what you believe is coming. It's about preparing for the life you want, not the life you have. When you are positioned to receive, everything in your life begins to align, and what was once out of reach starts to fall right into your hands. Your position also affects how you see the world around you. If you're constantly looking down, stuck in negative thinking or pessimism, you're limiting your ability to see what's available to you. But if you raise your perspective, if you position yourself to see the opportunities and potential that exist in your life, You'll start to recognize doors opening in places you never imagined. Your position is about shifting your focus, your mindset, and your actions to align with what you want to see manifest. Being in the right position is not a passive waiting game. It's a proactive step of faith. It's the difference between waiting for a miracle to come to you and walking towards the miracle that is already waiting for you. The world is full of opportunities, and when you align yourself with the right mindset, actions, and expectations, the universe will begin to bring the right circumstances, people, and events into your path. The question isn't whether the opportunity will come. It's whether you are positioned to receive it when it does. The power of now cannot be underestimated. The moment you realize that everything you've been waiting for is accessible in the present, you begin to break free from the chains of delay and uncertainty. Many people live in a state of anticipation, always waiting for something to change in the future. They believe that their breakthrough, their miracle, their next level is just a matter of time. But the truth is, the power to change, to receive, and to act is available right now. The shift you're waiting for isn't in some distant future. It's happening in the present moment. This is why the moment to believe is now. The moment to act is now, and the moment to step into your miracle is now. Too often, people spend their time waiting for the right moment. They say, when this happens, then I'll be ready. Or, once things line up, then I'll make the move. But here's the reality. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, it may never come. The perfect moment isn't something that happens outside of you, it's something you create with your mindset and your actions. The time to act is always now because you are always in the moment of possibility. The circumstances around you might not be perfect, but your belief in the present moment unlocks the potential for everything to align. Living in the power of now requires a shift in how you see time. Many people look at time as a linear thing, believing that their future is determined by their past or that they are bound by the limitations of what has already happened. But the truth is, you don't need to wait for time to catch up with you. Your future is not a separate entity waiting for you to arrive at it. Your future is being created right now in this moment, with every decision, every thought, and every action you take. What holds many people back from stepping into the now is the fear of not being ready, of not being fully equipped to handle the breakthrough or change that they've been waiting for. But waiting for perfection will always leave you waiting. The real key is stepping into the moment with faith and confidence that you are already equipped for what's ahead. You don't need to wait for more information, more resources, or more clarity. The moment you decide to act is the moment you activate everything you need to step into the change you've been waiting for. The future doesn't unfold in front of you, it unfolds through you, in the choices and actions you make now. Living in the power of now also means letting go of delay language. You can't keep saying one day or soon or when the time is right, because in doing so you push your breakthrough into the future. You create a mindset of waiting rather than a mindset of receiving. Every time you speak delay language, you reinforce the idea that the change you want is still out of reach, still somewhere in the future. But when you shift your language to match the present, to speak as if the change is already here, you create the conditions for that change to manifest in your life. Speaking like it's already happening builds your belief and aligns your actions with the reality you want to create. It's also important to understand that the power of now doesn't just mean acting immediately, but it also means fully embracing where you are right now. It's about accepting the present moment, understanding that it holds everything you need in it. You don't need to wait for external circumstances to change to experience transformation in your life. Transformation begins internally, in the acceptance of the present. When you stop waiting for everything to be perfect, when you stop delaying your joy, your peace, your progress, you start to see that the present is where everything starts. And when you start fully engaging in the now, you release the pressure of someday and step into a life that is alive with potential and possibility. The power of now is also about recognizing that the divine timing of your turnaround is happening in the present, not in the future. You may not see it yet, but it's unfolding now. The breakthrough you've been praying for is already on its way. It just requires your active participation in the now. When you recognize that the miracle you've been waiting for is already in motion, you stop viewing your present situation as something to escape and start seeing it as the launching pad for what's coming. You stop waiting for things to change and start preparing for the change that's already happening. This is where true faith comes in. Faith isn't about waiting for something to happen. It's about recognizing that everything you need is already in motion, and all you need to do is act in alignment with that truth. The present moment is where your faith, your actions, and your beliefs converge to create the change you've been asking for. The miracle doesn't need to wait for the future. It's already unfolding in the here and now. Let go of delay. And God. Too often, we speak about our futures, our dreams, and our hopes as if they are always just out of reach, as if the breakthrough we've been waiting for is forever delayed. We use phrases like someday, when the time is right, or maybe in the future, unknowingly holding ourselves in a place of perpetual waiting. This language reinforces a belief that change is something that will happen later and not now. It keeps us stuck in the idea that our miracle is always on the horizon, yet never quite within our grasp. But the truth is, delay language is one of the most powerful forces that can keep us from stepping into the very thing we are praying for. We need to break free from this mindset and start speaking with the belief that our moment has already arrived, that our turnaround is already in motion, and that we are already in the middle of the change we have been waiting for. The power of our words is immense. The words we speak are not just expressions of our thoughts, they are declarations of the reality we are choosing to create. When we speak delay language, we are affirming that we don't believe in the possibility of now. We are reinforcing the belief that change is something that will happen when all the conditions are perfect, when the stars align, or when the timing is right. But what we fail to realize is that the timing for our breakthrough is already set. The miracle is already in the works, and it's waiting for us to step into it. By using delay language, we delay our own blessing. We create barriers to the very thing that we are hoping to receive. Think about how many times you've used language that keeps you in a state of waiting. When you say things like, "One day I'll have what I need," or "When things slow down, then I'll get started," you're telling yourself that you are not ready to receive now. You're telling your mind that the change you desire is always something that will come later. But the truth is, the only moment that truly exists is now. The past is gone and the future hasn't arrived. The only place where miracles and change can happen is in the present. When we speak delay language, we are keeping ourselves in a constant state of postponing, as if we're waiting for an external event to trigger our breakthrough. But your turnaround is already in progress, and the only thing holding it back is your decision to embrace it right now. We must also recognize that when we speak in terms of delay, we are often speaking out of fear or doubt. Fear tells us that we are not ready yet, that we don't deserve the blessing, or that we will fail if we step into it. Doubt tells us that the miracle we've been hoping for is not for us, that we don't have what it takes to handle it. But these are lies that keep us from acting, from believing, and from walking in the fullness of our destiny. When we speak in delay language, we're allowing fear and doubt to control our lives. The antidote to this is confidence in the present moment. When we let go of delay language and start speaking with faith, we shift our mindset from one of waiting to one of receiving. We start to speak as though the miracle is already here, as though the breakthrough is already ours, and as though our turn has already come. If you want to step into the life you've been praying for, you have to start speaking like it's already happening. Speak as though you already have what you need. Speak as though your breakthrough has already arrived. When you begin to speak like this, you are activating the power of the now. You are aligning your words with the reality of the change that is already in motion. Instead of saying, "I hope I'll get it one day," start saying, "I am ready now for what's coming, and I believe it is on its way." Instead of saying, "Maybe when things settle down," begin saying, "I am ready to act now, no matter the circumstances." Your words are a reflection of your belief, and your belief is what determines what you receive. There is something incredibly powerful about living in a state of active expectation. When you speak with the certainty that your breakthrough is not in the future but in the present, you begin to move differently. You begin to position yourself in alignment with your miracle. The language you use shapes your reality. Every time you speak delay, you plant a seed that grows into doubt and indecision. But every time you speak in the present, declaring that your miracle is unfolding now, you water the seed of faith and expectation. The more you declare it, the more you will see it manifest. Let go of delay language and start embracing the language of faith, expectation, and now. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait for the right time or the perfect conditions. The time is now. Your breakthrough is already on its way, and the only thing you need to do is stop speaking as if it's far off. The moment to receive your miracle is now, and the moment to act on it is now. Let go of the delay, embrace the present, and watch as your life transforms. The key to understanding that your turnaround is not dependent on your own strength or ability is to recognize that you are part of a divine design. So often, we try to control every aspect of our lives, believing that we must have all the answers, all the power, and all the resources to make things happen. But what you need to realize is that your breakthrough isn't solely about what you can do. It's about stepping into the understanding that there is a higher purpose at play, a force that is guiding you and already preparing the path for your miracle. It's about trusting that the forces beyond you are at work and that you don't have to figure it all out on your own. Your turnaround is not a result of your own effort alone. It's part of something much larger than you. When you try to carry the weight of your turnaround on your own shoulders, you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. You may feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or even defeated, believing that if you don't make it happen, it won't happen at all. But this belief limits your potential and keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-reliance. What if I told you that there is a greater power that has already orchestrated the events you are waiting for, that has already lined up people, places, and opportunities for you, and that all you need to do is trust in the process and allow yourself to be carried through it? This trust in a higher plan doesn't mean you sit idly by, waiting for things to unfold without any action on your part. It doesn't mean you stop putting in effort or stop working towards your goals, but it does mean you stop trying to force things to happen and start allowing the flow of life to guide you. You stop fighting against the current and begin to align yourself with the flow of blessings that have already been set in motion. The moment you realize that you don't have to carry the burden alone is the moment you open yourself up to a world of possibilities that were always available to you but were hidden by your own limitations. When you accept that your turnaround is not dependent solely on your actions, you allow room for miracles to enter. Miracles often come when you least expect them, when you stop trying to control every detail and start trusting that things are working out for your good. It's in those moments of surrender that divine timing has a chance to manifest. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean things aren't working behind the scenes. Everything is being arranged in the perfect time and perfect way, and your job is to trust in that process, knowing that you are not in this alone. A common barrier to experiencing this divine intervention is the belief that we must earn everything. We believe that we have to work harder, sacrifice more, or prove ourselves worthy of what's coming. But the truth is, the greatest blessings often come when we let go of the need to earn them, when we stop striving and allow ourselves to rest in the fact that we are worthy simply because we are. This doesn't mean you stop striving or working towards your goals, but it does mean you stop believing that your worth is tied to your performance. Your value, your miracle, your turnaround. These things are not dependent on your level of perfection or the number of hours you've put in. They are part of a larger plan that has already been set in motion. This doesn't mean you wait passively for things to happen to you. It means you trust the process and step forward with faith. It means you take inspired action, not from a place of fear or pressure, but from a place of confidence in the fact that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. When you align with this higher purpose, you stop forcing things and start allowing the opportunities that are meant for you to come naturally. The more you step into this understanding, the more you realize that your life is not a series of random events. Every step you take, every decision you make is part of a much larger plan. Your job is to trust that plan, to act with faith, and to know that what is meant for you will always find its way to you, regardless of your current circumstances. The real power comes in releasing the need for control. So many of us are conditioned to believe that we have to micromanage every aspect of our lives in order to succeed. But in reality, the more we try to control, the more we block the flow of abundance and blessings. When you release the need to control every outcome and every detail, you open yourself up to the divine flow that is already on its way to you. Trusting that your turnaround is already set in motion by a force far greater than you opens the door for opportunities to manifest. Let go of the pressure to figure everything out on your own. Trust that there is a higher plan at work and that everything you need will come to you at the right time. Instead of focusing solely on your efforts, shift your focus to the understanding that you are being guided, supported, and provided for in ways you may not even see yet. Your breakthrough is not solely up to you. It's part of a divine plan that you are aligned with. And once you let go of the need to control, you will see just how easily everything can fall into place. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and your turnaround is already happening, guided by the hands of a higher purpose. As we close today, I want you to carry with you the deep understanding that your turnaround is already set in motion. The miracle you've been waiting for is not a distant dream, it is happening now. Every key moment that we've discussed, from recognizing the power of your positioning to letting go of delay language, all serve to remind you that your breakthrough is not only possible, it is imminent. The key is to trust, believe, and act with the faith that everything you need has already been arranged for you. You are not alone in this journey. The path to your turnaround is already unfolding, and all you need to do is step into it, embrace it, and align yourself with the divine timing that is already at work. Thank you for being here today, for your willingness to open your heart and mind to the possibility that change is happening for you. I believe that your miracle is already in motion, and as you move forward with faith, trust, and action, you will see that everything you've been waiting for is on its way to you. Keep speaking life into your situation, keep positioning yourself for the breakthrough, and most importantly, trust that your moment has already arrived. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with every blessing you've prayed for.